A belated hello to from GRA 220. This will be some video feedback for you on the milestone 1, which is the print ad. And here's your package, your zip package here. I see you've got a PDF of the steps that you've taken. So you'll knit these into a narrative, and it gives me a clear idea of the creative process that you went through. Anyway, you'll knit these into a narrative. You can caption them. There'll be some text too for the final reflection. I think it's only like a 5-page document, So, but feel free to be very visual and embed lots of your screenshots from your process. So good job on that. Now, the most interesting thing to me, of course, is your Illustrator file. So I'm going to open that up, take a look and see whether you have a handle on, the idea of layers. And I see that you do. Let me open up you've got the background image on its own layer. You've got the logo on its own layer, the logo and copy. You might want to separate those things out. Now, I'm thinking that, let me close this up somewhat. I'm thinking that the live area is this red border. Is that correct? So I'm going to show you a quick way of, without destroying or cropping anything permanently, of cropping out excess that you don't want to see. Because it really does affect the way you see the ads, the margins, and so forth. So I created a layer. You might want to label it mask, and because that's what it is, another kind of mask. It's not going to have a border. It's not going to have a fill, and it's going to be in the topmost layer. And then, ideally, if I've done it right, I'm going to select everything. Going to go Object, Clipping Mask, Make. See, and I've cropped it down to, and this tells me a lot. First of all, I think you have perhaps too much text. This is a lot to read, so consider, making it briefer. And it'd be nice, to have some contrast. I like the size of this type up here. This is very close to this size, and then there's another size here. So if you're going to use 3 different sizes of type, I would really stretch the size differences. Otherwise, they look too much alike, and you wonder what's the point. Other thing too is, this is a staggered, and I like that. But this is flush left, right. However, this stuff is centered, so it's kind of awkward, at least to my eye, to have something centered underneath something that is flush left, right. This contact information can be very small. You can, and certainly make it the size of the other information, such as the URL and so forth. And you might consider colored type. Type that uses the corporate palette instead of just white. Although I like the contrast. This is very subtle, the feathered edge of the photograph, and how it feathers into what I'm assuming are amethyst crystals. Consider other layouts. Perhaps this could bleed off the left, or this could be at the bottom. And be delicate with your approach to typography. I think once this is edited down, you can use it sparingly. But as it is now, it creates this white, ragged shape, which is very distracting. So think about visual hierarchy. What do you want the viewer to see first? What do you want them to see next? And maybe what you want them to leave the ad with. You've got great ingredients. I look forward to seeing how you apply them in the banner ad.